Family and friends are remembering a young mother shot and killed in front of her child in St. Francis. This is 32-year-old Kiana Pliska.
Police also confirmed both the suspect and the victim knew each other. This is classified as a domestic violence shooting.
You don't expect this, and somebody so young and no reason. Violence is it's just horrible.
And Kiana's family says she was such a loving mother. They were too shaken up to speak on camera tonight. They are absolutely heartbroken that her life ended at this apartment complex after a domestic dispute that happened here outside.
She actually tried to get off from the ground, like she lifted her body up, but then it was just too much and she went back down. And then there was no more movement.
Hours before she was killed, records show Kiana filed a restraining order against her ex, who she says was stalking her and threatened her on multiple occasions.
I'm absolutely stunned because all the years I've been here, nothing ever happened.
On July 16, 2026, Kiana Pliska submitted formal paperwork seeking court protection from her former partner. Less than 3 hours later, before the legal system could process her petition, she was shot to death during a scheduled child custody exchange by her ex, who has been abusing her for years. Please show support by taking a moment to like, subscribe, and always drop a comment on how you feel. Domestic violence is a serious problem that needs to be tackled in our community. In the months preceding her death, Kiana Pliska was born on January 1, 1994, a resident of Cudahy, Wisconsin. She had 2 lovely kids whom she loved so dearly, really smart kids. Watching them is so cute.
RJ. What does 8 plus 8 make?
16.
16. What does 3 plus 3 plus 3 make?
9.
What does 4 plus 4 plus 4 make?
12.
What does 10 plus 10 make?
20.
She also loved taking them to school.
It's first day of school. Katie, say hey. Say hi. Say it's my first day. It's my baby's first day of school.
With how lovely she was, she had experienced increasing levels of harassment from 33-year-old Randall Lenyard Sr., the father of her young son. According to court records, the relationship was marked by documented physical abuse, emotional coercion, and persistent surveillance. Court filings reveal that Lenyard had installed an electronic AirTag tracking device on Pliska's personal vehicle to monitor her location without her knowledge or consent. An AirTag is a small Bluetooth tracking device, the size of a coin, designed for finding lost items. In documented domestic violence cases, it has increasingly been used by abusers to monitor a partner's location without their knowledge or consent. Though Pliska had previously sought legal remedies earlier in the year, safety concerns and interpersonal pressure had delayed formal proceedings, allowing the pattern of intimidation to escalate. Her ex-boyfriend, Randall Lenyard, began showing up at her home, at her job, at a friend's workplace. He delivered flowers. He called repeatedly. He was tracking her movements and inserting himself into every space she occupied. Honestly, that's very disturbing. In February 2026, the abuse turned physical. Court documents show that Lenyard threatened to hit Pliska, put his hands around her neck, and pinned her down. Police responded that night and arrested him, but he was released soon after.
In April, a judge granted Kiana a temporary restraining order, or TRO, against a man she was previously with in a relationship. A petition submitted by Kiana that month stated she believed her ex was stalking her. In January, she found an AirTag tracker in her car. After that, Kiana said her ex showed up to her house, her job, and a friend's workplace. In February, Kiana said her ex threatened to hit her and put his hands around her neck and pinned her down. She said police arrested him that night, but he was released.
2 days before Pliska filed her first restraining order in April, Lenyard threatened to end his own strife because she did not want to be with him. That threat, using self-harm as emotional leverage in a relationship, is disappointing. On April 27, 2026, at a follow-up court proceeding, Lenyard admitted to having 4 firearms in his home.
On April 27th, court documents show the ex admitted to having 4 guns in his home. That same day, the The TRO was dismissed when Kiana did not show up to court.
4 guns in the possession of a man who had already physically assaulted Pliska, who had been arrested for that assault, and who was the subject of an active restraining order, was entered into the court record that day. That same day, the temporary restraining order was dismissed. Kiana Pliska did not appear in court, and the case was closed. With the April restraining order dismissed, Lenyard remained free. He remained armed, and the behavior continued. On the evening of July 15, 2026, the day before Kiana Pliska was killed, Randall Lenyard showed up at her home in Cudahy. He did not knock. According to Pliska's second restraining order petition, he kicked the door in. Their 6-year-old son, who was home, dialed 911. On the morning of July 16, 2026, Kiana Pliska took decisive legal action, filing a petition in Milwaukee County Court for a temporary restraining order detailing Lenyard's conduct. She documented everything. She listed the months of stalking. She documented the AirTag. She described the door being kicked off its frame. She included a separate custody exchange in which Lenyard had physically put his hands on her, and she wrote the words that now sit in the court record as among the last things she ever committed to paper. "I'm scared of what he is going to do next." That morning, she filed the petition and waited. Later that afternoon, at approximately 6:30 p.m., Pliska drove her Nissan Rogue to the Lake Park Apartments near Packard Avenue in St. Francis to complete a prearranged custody transfer of her son. Investigators state that an argument ensued in the apartment complex parking lot. According to police reports, when Lenyard drew a firearm, Pliska attempted to flee on foot. Lenyard pursued her, discharging multiple rounds into her back as she ran, before securing their child in his vehicle and leaving the scene. When Francis police received multiple reports of shots fired near the Lake Park Apartments, officers arrived and found Kiana Pliska in the parking lot near a black Nissan Rogue with the engine running. She was suffering from multiple gunshot wounds and had shallow breathing. According to the criminal complaint, Lenyard shot Pliska 6 times during the exchange following an argument.
This is 32-year-old Kiana Pliska. Her family confirmed she is the victim killed in a domestic shooting at the Lake Park Apartments on Thursday. Her sister sending 12 News this message saying Kiana was selfless and the glue of the family. She had a contagious laugh and will be missed by so many.
You don't expect this, and somebody so young and no reason. Violence is it's just horrible.
Jeanette Salazar heard the gunfire around dinner time right outside her apartment.
And that's when all the neighbors were out here, and they're like, "Oh my God, she was shot."
She says neighbors tried to help before emergency crews arrived. Salazar was devastated witnessing Pliska's last moments.
She actually tried to get off from the ground, like she lifted her body up, but then it was just too much and she went back down, and then there was no more movement.
She says even though the victim did not live at this complex, the tragedy has shaken their community.
Nothing like this, no violence, no shootings or anything, and now we have a homicide on our hands.
She was initially in his vehicle when the first shots were fired. She attempted to run. He continued shooting. Their 6-year-old son was present. Kiana was transported to Freighter Hospital. She died in the operating room. The Milwaukee Medical Examiner's Office conducted an autopsy and ruled her death a homicide from multiple gunshot wounds. After the shooting, Lenyard took the child and drove away from the scene. He then called his sister. According to the criminal complaint, he told her he had shot Pliska and threatened self-harm. Following intervention by his sister, Lenyard agreed to hand over the unharmed child. Then his sister called 911. Law enforcement officers located and arrested Lenyard at approximately 8:20 p.m. that evening. During subsequent police interrogations, Lenyard formally admitted to shooting Pliska as she attempted to escape. On July 22, 2026, Randall Lenyard Sr. made his initial appearance in Milwaukee County Court, where prosecutors officially charged him with first-degree intentional homicide and stalking. Cash bond was set at $250,000. A preliminary hearing is scheduled for July 29, 2026. If convicted on the homicide charge alone, Lenyard faces a mandatory life sentence. If convicted on all charges, he additionally faces a fine of up to $10,000. It is unclear as of this report whether Lenyard has retained legal representation. Now, on the morning of Friday, July 17, 2026, the morning after Kiana Pliska was shot, a court commissioner reviewed the temporary restraining order petition she had filed the previous day and signed the approval. The order was granted at approximately the same hour that Kiana Pliska's family was being told she had not survived her injuries in the operating room at Fredert Hospital. Kiana Pliska had done what every system told her to do. She reported the tracker. She called the police when he assaulted her. She filed a restraining order. She filed a second one the morning she was killed. She wrote down her fear in her own handwriting and submitted it to a court. She reposted this on July 1st. Damn. The documentation she left behind is extraordinary in its clarity and its tragedy. It is a record of a woman who saw exactly what was happening, who named it accurately, and who ran out of time. She also helped spread awareness on some certain matters in the community, like this missing girl, so please spread her story too. The case has intensified discussions among domestic violence prevention advocates regarding the systemic challenges of protective orders. Organizations such as the Sojourner Family Peace Center emphasize that while restraining orders establish vital legal boundaries, they must be accompanied by comprehensive, real-time safety planning, particularly during high-risk transition moments like custody exchanges.
It's one part of a safety plan that a survivor needs to be constantly updating and thinking about, with the help of an advocate.
Getting an advocate's help is a step domestic violence advocates say is crucial to help protect survivors. Court records show Pliska had reported a number of incidents in the restraining order application, like Lenyard placing an AirTag on her car, showing up to her residence, and putting his hands on her. So you may wonder, how does a restraining order work?
If the court grants it, it can be in place for 4 years, up to 10 years, depending on the specifics of the situation.
Which means the person needs to stay away from the individual filing it. But there are also challenges.
We have instances where people walk right through the restraining order. They disregard it and they cause harm anyway. And we have had some homicides in my career that have happened.
Carmen Petrie, president and CEO of Sojourner, says they have recorded at least 21 homicides related to domestic violence this year alone, which is why they recommend having a safety plan when taking this approach.
A safety plan really looks at what's happening in your life and what safeguards can we bring to bear to keep you safe.
Awareness and resources all aim to help save lives.
Kiana Pliska's death stands as a solemn reminder of the lethality associated with intimate partner tracking and separation violence. For individuals navigating abusive relationships, specialized assistance is available to help construct safety and exit strategies. The National Domestic Violence Hotline provides free, confidential support around the clock. Help can be accessed by calling 1-800-799-SAFE or by texting the word START to 88788. If you are in a relationship where you suspect you are being tracked by an AirTag, a phone, a shared app, or any other means, please reach out. The National Domestic Violence Hotline's technology safety specialists can help you identify the surveillance and create a safety plan that accounts for removing or disabling the device without triggering escalation. Expanding public understanding of tracking technology and high-risk separation periods remains crucial in preventing future domestic homicides. If you share children with an abusive former partner and are concerned about the safety of custody exchanges, ask your local DV advocacy organization about supervised exchange programs, law enforcement-assisted exchanges, and documentation practices for high-risk co-parenting situations. Kiana Pliska left behind a paper trail that tells the full story of what was done to her. That paper trail exists, and the people who loved her deserve for it to be heard. Her funeral will be held on Friday, July 31st at Rosga. Rest in peace, Kiana. I really appreciate the support from this community. Thanks for watching till the end.